here's the way around the mess with subprime loans. Don't make them the nation's largest savings and loan. Going that route hours ago. Washington Mutual saying that it is discontinuing all remaining lending through its subprime mortgage channel, all of it. That is 190 of 336 home loan centers and 2,600 jobs gone. Just like that. We'll talk about throwing the baby out with the bathwater, only they took mom and dad out for good measure. WAMU throwing a whammy at subprime by essentially saying, if in doubt, throw it all out. To what end? Look, I know Washington Mutual had to set aside more than expected for loan losses, but I also know that most loans are not losses at WAMU or any other lender. The vast majority of loans in this country are being paid on time, month in and month out in this country. Subprime has a lousy image, but a fairly good record. Subprime got young couples in homes, and now a major lender is saying, you just ain't worth the fuss trying to keep putting you in homes. Peter, that brings back to one, I know you don't readily agree with this, but they're closing the barn doors now, and all the suspect animals have left. So what good does this do?
Well, you know, there's a lot more shoes to drop here. You know, this is not anywhere near the bottom of what's happening. And, you know, unfortunately with subprime, you know, there was no baby to begin with. It's all bathwater. These loans never should have existed.
No, it isn't.
No, they never should have made loans.
87% are being paid on time.
Now.
You're assuming, no. You are assuming that everyone is a delinquent loser.
No, I'm telling you that
close to 9 out of 10 clearly are not.
Neil, I'm telling you that the vast majority, the overwhelming majority of these subprime loans have not even reset yet. Wait till you see what the default rate would be next year and the year after that. But before it was over, better than half of these loans would be in default.
Well, you don't know that for sure, Peter.
Yes, I do.
You're basing this on adjustments that are coming up, that the vast majority won't be able to handle these adjustments.
They won't. Neil.
Peter, stop, because I want to be clear on this. We have had 2 adjustment waves since this whole crisis began, and the overwhelming majority of these borrowers have successfully met those adjustments. Yeah. You have the cynical view, shared by many, that they won't be able to in the future. I disagree with you. Prove me wrong.
Well, not only won't they be able to because of the higher resets, but these properties are losing value. They're not going to want to make payments on mortgages that well exceed the value of these homes.
So they're less likely to make payments than someone who is a little bit more stable?
Well, you see, the prime loans are going to default too. It's not just, you know, people with bad credit that aren't going to want to make mortgage payments on houses that are worth 20 or 30% less than their mortgage.
Peter, I love you dearly. I could not disagree with you more.
But what I don't understand is Peter's logic. Yes, yeah, for your sake. Peter's logic that just because the value of my property might not be as high as it was when I started, I'm going to stop making my mortgage payments, and therefore my children and I will be on the street.
Well, you won't be on the street, but remember, the main reason... Why would I do that? I mean, it doesn't even matter. The main reason that people were willing to have such staggeringly high mortgage payments relative to their income was because they were operating under the delusion that they were making an investment, that their house was going to appreciate, and so it was worth it. But once you start to see that your house is worth hundreds of thousands less than you paid, why struggle to make a mortgage payment when you can rent something just as nice for a lot less
Peter,
money?
I love you dearly. Like I said, I think you're a genius, as I do Mark Lieberman. I'm telling you, though, you are so wrong on this. You have so overstated the problem.
No, I haven't.
And riddle me this, Batman. A year from now, when I have you back and the medication isn't talking, I will prove you wrong.
Look, Neil,
and if I'm wrong, I will not have you back.
Neil,